My name is Caitlin. I live just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm in the advertising industry, specifically media strategy, planning, and buying.
Amazing. Awesome. And to help set the stage for folks who might be watching this, would you mind sharing where you were in your career search before you came into Career Amp? So kind of, what was happening?
Yeah, so I was laid off at the end of June, and the reason I found y'all was I didn't even know where to begin. I hadn't had to search for a new job in so long, and right after my layoff, I of course just applied to hundreds of just generic online applications and was not getting anywhere. And I was just kind of getting nervous and looking for a different route to take in my job search.
Totally. Yeah. When we get laid off, we kind of our backs against the wall and it's scary. So I,
Yeah.
I have been there and I feel you. And
Yeah.
so you came across Career Amp and just as you were evaluating different coaching partners to team up with, what was important to you about finding a partner and what maybe stood out to you about Career Amp?
Yeah. I think just having someone that I could relate to, and also just someone that showed a little empathy, because I know not having a job and a job search is hard, and just kind of being able to relate, and also just be your cheerleader in the background.
Totally. It's important to have accountability and some cheerleaders and
Yeah.
community for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And so then you hopped into Career Amp. We're so glad our paths crossed. What would you say was maybe like the first win or first aha moment that you noticed when you got into the program?
I think just all of the different evaluations that we went through, I feel like it really had me dig deep into what I wanted next, and not just looking for a job to get a paycheck, but did I want to continue on the same or in the same industry that I was in previously? It definitely pushed me to do a little soul searching as well.
Soul searching is important, right? It's not just about a job, it's about finding the job that's aligned with what we want to do. Even though we know that we don't work at jobs forever this day and age, but this
Yeah,
next move, it's important to get some confirmatory signals that like the direction that we're headed in is something that's aligned with who we are.
yeah.
Cool. Great. And then next question is, what would you consider the biggest win during your work with us in Career Amp? So I saw your offer came through about, I think it was about 3 months after you joined. So I don't know if that was, you would consider that your biggest win or if it's something else along the way.
That's definitely a big win, but I also really appreciated the live coaching calls, as well as interview prep. There were a couple of times having an interview prep for a role that maybe I need to spark some ideas, since maybe my resume didn't match the job description to a T, but it was getting help from the coach, like pulling from my experience and skill set and how to apply that to a job that maybe if I'm kind of making a career switch.
Amazing. Yes, it's important that the story aligns, both verbally
Yes.
how we tell it in the interview, but also how we represent ourselves on paper. That ticket to the interview
Yeah.
is important. Cool. All right, last question, Caitlin, which is if someone's watching this conversation and maybe they're on the fence on whether or not they want to join Career Amp, what would you tell them or what would you want them to hear?
I think absolutely work with the talented people at Career Amp. It's not only the people that you work with, but the community that has been built and developed. There's just a lot of support from other people going through the program, as well as all of the coaches that you'll meet along the way.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again. We are so thrilled for you,
Yeah.
Caitlin. Anything else that you wanted to add before I click stop?
I don't think so. I do think it's interesting that the company that I took an offer with is actually called AMP.
Oh my gosh, no way. I love that. That's
It was
awesome.
meant to be.
It was meant to be indeed. Awesome. Well, congratulations again, Caitlin. You're
Thank you.
so